Is it rolling? Oh boy.
It's rolling right now.
Hello. This is Brendan Bonham. No, starting over.
This is Mike Mancini.
Hello. Welcome to the Boozing Before Noon podcast.
BBN.
Where we'll be boozing before noon.
Certainly.
That's Mike Mancini.
I'm Mike Mancini, and that's Brendan Bonham.
Hey, that's me. With us is Quinn, who's doing the sound. Make a muffled noise, Quinn. And this is our inaugural podcast. We work for a company called The Black Sheep that does college-oriented humor at a bunch of campuses across the United States. And we're kicking off the audio side of what we're doing today. Our goal is to do a bunch of bits and see what's funny, see what's not, and go from there. We're going to start today with something we like to call Malort or what? Now, Mike, how would you describe Malort?
Malort is basically like if you had the essence, the taste of Band-Aids, and then also gasoline, maybe some hairspray, mixed it all together, took a shot of it. That's probably what Malort is. Most accurately.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's a pretty accurate description of what it tastes like. For people not from the Midwest, it is a drink that is brewed and sold in Chicago and is widely considered to be disgusting, though many people, I guess, like it. So every week what we're going to do is we're going to take a shot of Malort and a shot of something else, and it's well before noon, and we're going to decide which one we like more. So, Mike, are you ready for Malort?
I'm always ready for Malort.
All right.
I actually take that back. I'm like never ready for Malort. I always just say that and then I crumple up.
Then you
like
feel
a
bad
baby.
about yourself?
Yeah, I just crumple up afterwards. So it's a little brownish in texture. Usually Malort is clear. I think
No, it's never clear.
it's really
It has never been clear in its entire life.
okay. So now I'm gonna go ahead and this is definitely more than a shot. So I'm gonna take just a little taste. Oh God, I hope I don't throw up all over this equipment. Here we go. Oh, it's definitely Malort. No, it's absolutely Malort.
That's definitely Malort.
Ah! God, there's a trash can right here. That is revolting. Is it just Malort?
That is just Malort.
Wait, this is Malort's natural hue, this dirty poop water? Oh, that's so gross. I've never seen a bottle of it besides like being like hammered at a bar.
Let's talk about the other one we're drinking. This week it is Taylor's Dry Sherry.
Okay.
It was $5.99, and it looks really gross.
What is it, a wine?
It is a sherry wine.
A sherry wine.
Yes.
Okay. It has to be better than Malort.
I don't think it will be.
No, like, there is no way that it's worse than that.
Well, Mike, there's only one way to find out.
Oh, God, that was so disgusting. Oh, I have to drink this now?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Again, with a massive pour, but let's see. Oh, smells like ass. Oh, is that Malort again? Like,
It's not.
It's really bad.
Is it worse than Malort?
No, it's actually better than Malort. It tastes like Malort with like a little twinge, as if you mixed it
Okay.
of some sort of citrus, maybe.
Sure.
It like does not leave your mouth. Oh,
Malort before noon is not good.
you just take that entire glass. That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah. That was a bad idea. But, you know,
Oh man.
I am looking far less forward to the sherry. So, here goes
Bottoms
nothing.
up.
Yep. Yeah.
My throat is like numb from that. How's that? Oh, that's
You know what? You're right. That Malort is worse.
The Malort is worse, but it's very similar to Malort. It's like a distant cousin, a more pleasant cousin of Malort.
So, like, slightly less terrible.
It's slightly less terrible, but still like that ugly person that you know, and then you meet their cousin, and they still got the ugly genes, but like they're maybe like
slightly less ugly.
slightly less ugly.
So, we are in agreement that Taylor's Dry Sherry is somehow slightly less worse than Malort.
Yes, definitively.
Next week we'll be back with another round of Malort or this. Moving on, another segment we're going to do. It's called 15 Minutes of Fame. So we're going to talk about user submissions about times that people had their brushes with fame. Obviously, with this being our first contest or podcast, we have no user submissions. So Mike is going to talk about the time
Yes.
an ESPN anchor yelled at him.
Okay. So let's bring it all back to, let's say, April of 2014. UConn is in the national championship game. They are playing, I believe it was Kentucky.
And you were at UConn at the time.
Yes, I was at UConn at the time. This was my junior year, 2014, April. The date was April 7th. I specifically remember being
A day that will live in infamy.
Yes, a day that'll live in infamy. I went over to my buddy Ant's dormitory, North Dorms, North New London, I believe, and he's the one with the swipes. You know, you always got to stay in touch with the ones who are on campus and have the dining hall swipes. So we went over there because I lived off campus in a house in the woods, and I had like one piece of bologna in my fridge at all times, and that's it. I would just take like slow nibbles at it every now and then. Basically, we went over to Ant's place. He swiped us into the North Dining Hall, and he shows me this email from his RA, and he's like, dude, I can't believe that, you know, this RA just, you know, said this. And his name is R.A. Derek, first of all. And prior to this, he was known to be kind of a dick. He lived right across the hall from Ant, and we would sometimes like pregame in his dorm, and we'd walk down to the bars. And, you know, sometimes he would like walk by us with like a glare. Like we were over 21, so we couldn't do anything about it. Basically, what this email said was that, you know, hey, watch the game somewhere else. I know it's the championship game, but keep in mind that you're rooting for laundry. And that's like not paraphrasing. That's like a direct quote. The email was like way longer than that. It was like 2 paragraphs. It's just, you know. So I tweeted it out, and I was just like, take a look at the email from UConn's arguably worst RA of all time. And so the day goes on. You know, it gets a few retweets. I don't have notifications on my phone for retweets. But, I mean, it rolls on. Around championship game time, has like 500 retweets. I'm like, oh, that's pretty sweet. You know, after that, has like 1,000 retweets. I don't really notice because at that time, UConn won the national championship. We're out there rioting. I'm out there boofing beers left and right and whatnot.
What is boofing a beer?
Boofing is, well, it's funny. I wasn't actually boofing beers, but the act of boofing is to ingest a liquid or just anything, I guess, rectally or
yes,
anally.
a butt chug, I believe.
Yes, a butt chug. So, you know, I'm out there boofing beers in the riot, whatever. Next day I wake up, tweet's got like 1,500 retweets, and I'm like, holy shit, I think this kid's going to lose his job. So I like get up around like 2 p.m., still drunk. I go over to the UConn Co-op. I buy a thank you or a sympathy card for Derek. It says like, I'm sorry on it, whatnot. And also a championship shirt. It's when I'm in the checkout line that I start getting about like 1,000 text messages in a minute. I'm getting calls and whatnot. And I finally pick up the call to my friend's brother, and he's like, dude, Bomani Jones just called you out on ESPN. He just said that he's team anti-snitch in that, and he just said your full government name. So I'm like, what the hell? And around the horn, how it works is, around the horn,
People know how Around the Horn works, Mike.
they do?
People have TVs.
Well, I mean, there's people that are on one side, people on one side, and then everybody on my side was like, how can you not be on, like, the anti-RA side? And Bomani Jones is like, and basically that is how he called me out on national TV.
And that was your biggest brush with fame to date.
That was my one time Nick Kroll touched my head, but that's that's Bomani Jones calling me out on ESPN would probably be it. Yep.
And if you have a brush with fame, whether it's better or worse than Mike's, email us at theblacksheeponline.com or podcast at theblacksheeponline.com.
Yes.
We're going to move on now to a new game. It's called Disney Fanfic or Disney Quote, in which Quinn looked up a bunch of Disney fan fiction articles and a bunch of Disney quotes, and we're going to guess which is which.
So I'll take over here and read the quotes. Hi everybody. This is Quinn.
Sexy.
So first, I'm going to read the quote, and then you guys can argue over whether it is from an actual Disney movie
I'll turn away from your computer.
or from fan fiction that I didn't write. I promise. So first quote is, look out, the ghosts are throwing pies, splat, splat, splat.
Wait a second. Is this onomatopoeia splat, splat, splat? Because if not, then that's definitely fanfic.
No,
Because Disney would not say splat, splat, splat.
Sure, I would agree, but I think this is a Disney thing. I think Quinn is using onomatopoeia as a way to convey the splatting.
Okay.
I think your implication here is some jizz.
Yes. Well, that's what I'm thinking about. Wait, so were ghosts throwing pies?
How
Can we run that
much of your time would you say you spend thinking about jizz?
Like per day or per like month, year?
Let's just say like every hour.
Percentage an hour, I would say 5%. Solid 5%. It can fluctuate though. 10%. You know what? Sometimes it goes up to 70% in my good hours. But what about you?
It's like 7.
7%? Solid 7%?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it fluctuate ever around the holidays?
No, you're a very consistent man.
Okay. That's good. It's probably good.
So you think that it is fan fiction, or you think it is real?
Wait, so ghosts were throwing pies? Okay,
Yes.
come on. Like, what movie is this? The Nightmare Before Christmas? Is that Disney?
I'm gonna guess Fantasia, maybe.
No. I watched Fantasia very recently. No ghosts through pies.
Okay, so what's your guess?
I think it's fanfic.
I'm gonna go Disney movie.
What do we got, Quinn?
The answer is Toy Story 3.
What?
I do not remember this part.
Bonnie says it.
Bonnie says it's splat, splat,
Hey,
splat.
That's what the information is telling me right now.
All right. I mean, I don't think you would lie to us.
Splat, splat, splat.
The bakery is haunted. Look out! The ghosts are throwing pies. Splat, splat, splat. It's not jizz.
Serious?
Okay, the next quote we have is, "You don't have time to be timid. You must be bold and daring."
I'm gonna go Disney movie again.
Oh, God.
It seems like an inspirational thing that could be really taken out of context.
Yeah, but it also seems like something that a person who writes Disney fan fiction would also write.
That's a pretty convincing argument as well.
It sounds like Mulan. Can you say it one more time? What was it?
You don't have time to be timid. You must be bold and daring.
You must be bold and daring. You don't have time to be timid. All right, I'm going to go Disney. I think it's Mulan.
I think it's Disney as well. I don't know what movie it would be from.
That would be Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast.
What?
Who is Lumiere?
He's the Lumiere.
Is he that candle?
Yeah.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
All right. Well, you know what was
I just called him Candle.
You know what he was in reference to? What was he talking about? Bold and daring.
I don't know. I don't watch movies.
Getting it on.
Okay, probably Bell taking it.
Okay, next quote. Yes, master. Give me more, Master Sultan. I'm your dirty little cock slave.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Disney movie.
I think this actually happens in Aladdin
2.
If not 1, 2, yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Aladdin.
No, that didn't happen in Aladdin. That is from Jafar S. Slave on fanfiction.com.
Hold on, so Jafar is a slave in this scenario?
No, he is the. I believe that
Is he the
Jasmine is the slave in this situation.
But is he the Sultan? Does his reign of power continue as though the last half of Aladdin did not exist?
Jafar gets his way, I guess, in this one.
It sure seems like that.
Yes, okay.
Wow.
Last one. Right, before you tongue bathe my sister, let me see your fingers work, Belle.
Well, Belle is from Beauty and the Beast, which you just talked about.
And there have been some Disney movies I have not seen.
Well, there you go. That's definitely a Disney movie. That's definitely Beauty and the Beast.
So to talk about Beauty and the Beast for a second, you talk about Emma Watson. Do you find Emma Watson attractive?
Oh my God. Top 10.
Okay.
All
Cool.
time.
All time
Of course.
in history.
Definitively.
All right.
She is like, you know what I always wondered about? Speaking of history, I always wondered about
Go
like,
on.
what Helen of Troy actually looks like the face that launched 1,000 ships or whatever the quote
Sure.
is. Who the hell in this day and age would launch 1,000 ships? Like, even Emma Watson wouldn't launch, like, at best, maybe 100 ships, but definitely not 1,000
This is a valid point. You know, I guess we'll never know unless you invent a time machine. Mike.
I'm working on it. I mean, like, are there any statues of her? Are there any paintings of her?
I think there are, but you know, like a statue of you would not be an accurate representation of the verve and candor that you have in real life.
Yeah, they would not get my dick right.
No, I don't think they
It's
would.
very-
Because usually they're pretty small, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Mancini bloodline.
Oh, usually, yeah. There are such things called anomalies, and I am sadly not one. So it's actually smaller than most.
Well, this got off the rails pretty quick.
I have one thing to say. I think that, I know this is our first time doing the segment, but I wish that we could expand it so that, like, I would like to motion to expand it so that we can go deeper into these fan fictions. I want to hear more about the Jafar ex-slave
Yeah,
fan
no, I
fiction.
agree.
I want to know the intro and I want to know the conclusion. I want to guess what happens in between. But maybe that's for another day.
I
Maybe
think
that's
maybe
for later tonight.
Yeah, we can do that next week or later today.
Okay.
Just so you guys are clear, that last one was fan fiction. It's from The Princesses of Queen Elsa's Court, a crossover fan fiction where I believe Elsa makes Belle her sex slave. So a lot of sex slaves happen in fan fiction.
We got to explore that.
Links will be hosted on our blog.
Hell yeah.
Very sexy. Okay, so we're moving on to a new segment. It's called Hot Takes. Now, generally, I think we find hot takes ridiculous. So what we wanted to do was kind of riff on that. We're going to eat a bunch of spicy food, really spicy, really fast, and then we're going to give a hot take of our own.
I forgot about this.
Now, here's the really funny part. Mike hates spicy food.
I cannot handle spicy food. My entire family can't handle spicy foods. Much like our small dick lineage, we also cannot handle spicy food.
So, Quinn, what is the spicy food today?
No!
It is a jalapeno.
Oh! Actually, it looks like a little bell pepper. It doesn't look that bad. It's not that intimidating.
This is a very big jalapeno, though.
Oh, I'm not eating the whole thing.
Oh, no, you're taking a big bite. You're taking that whole thing, dude.
I'm not taking this whole thing.
So we're gonna eat these really fast, and then do you want to give your hot take first, or do you want me to? I bet yours will I bet it'll keep getting spicier.
All right, I'll spit mine out before it gets, because spice is a gradual thing. It builds up until I hate myself and want to throw up.
But the whole point is that you should hate yourself and want to throw up.
I do every day, but I can't believe that you guys knew this was going to happen and didn't provide me with any milk.
We got
There
more.
was like 5 gallons of milk on the table today at work, and nobody grabbed any milk for me. Like, I'm going to, again, with a trash can, thank God it's here. I guess I'll go first.
Okay, so take a big bite and let's get going.
Okay.
He does not look very happy about this.
This is like my nightmare. All right, well, here we go. Try to get the crunch to the microphone.
Oh, that's good crunch.
Oh, God, hot already. They're hot already. All right, here's my hot take. Oh, fuck. No way.
He spit it out. He spit it
No
out.
way. Oh, my God, so hot. All right, here's the thing. Dude, think about this. When you cut your toenails, what happens? You cut it with a little nail clipper. It goes everywhere. It can go in any direction. There's no contained explosion of, oh, my God, of toenails. Fingernails, for that matter, too, but toenails tend to be particularly erratic, all over the place. So, the best place to cut your toenails is outside. Outside? Ah, Jesus Christ, dude. Give me the Lord. Like, the best place to do it is outside because it doesn't matter where the toenail ends up. It doesn't matter where it goes. Like, every time that I cut the toenails in my room, I find a toenail a week later, and it's gross. And, like, I cut the toenails in the bathroom. My roommate's like, ew, that's gross. Like, why do you do that with the door open? And also, why are you naked? But, like, honestly, the best place to cut your toenails, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. Lord, please save me. Oh, God. Oh. The best place to cut your toenails is 100% outside. Here's the bad thing, though. People see you cut your toenails outside, and they're like, who's this weirdo? God forbid your neighbor sees you cut your toenails outside. Now you're that neighbor who cuts his toenails outside, which is, like, weird. Like, no, you're permanently going to be known that until, like, you get a new lease. You got to go somewhere else. Cutting your toenails outside is a stigma that needs to be removed from America. And I don't usually like to get political, but that is 100% what I stand for. That's why I voted for the lady who's not Hillary Clinton, the guy who's not Gary Johnson, and not Donald Trump.
It's good to know you know your candidates.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. No way. This is a bad segment. This is unfair. We need milk next time. And I
Okay,
should get the milk as a reward for finishing my hot take.
Hey. I apologize. I didn't know this would be so rough. We'll
my
get you some
tongue
milk
red?
next time. Your tongue's always red, Mike. It's like
It's better than usual.
Mike did not like that. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be beating that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But here we go.
No, I took a bigger bite than that.
What?
You got to take another bite. Another bite. Okay, that's good. What do we got? What's the hot take there?
Oh, I got
Isn't it hot already? Mm-hmm. Oh, he's going to spit it out, too. He's got the bag ready. He's got a Ziploc bag ready.
Oh, God, my mouth
Yeah.
is so full.
Yeah, whose idea was this? This is bad. These jalapenos are bad. Yeah, this is your idea? You reap what you sow.
I super fucking hate people who talk in text. You know what I mean?
Talk
Where
in
they
text?
do the talk and then it makes a text message. It defeats
yeah.
the entire purpose of this thing. Now, the people who do it most are my wife, who I love, and my mom, who I love. But it drives me fucking crazy. Like, my whole point is, if you wanted to talk and send me a message, do it with your mouth, that you then call me, and then tell me that message. Because it's so fucking dumb that I get this thing that's riddled with errors and makes basically no sense whatsoever.
Are you talking about
And-
text-to-speech, or are you talking
Text
about...
to speech. Text to speech.
Okay.
I hate this so much. It's so stupid. And if you do it in front of me, you get yelled at.
So you hate when they do it in front of you. You don't hate when you get it, or both?
both. Everything about this is the stupidest thing in the world. I don't understand. Maybe it's just like I'm an old grouchy man.
How are you not suffering from this hotness? You took double the bites that I did.
Here, I'll eat another one.
No. Okay, you can't spit this one out though into the Ziploc
I
bag.
won't.
Because now you're running out of Ziploc bags. I can't stand it either. And I actually ever since this came about, I remember when it first came out and it was just like very boring and stupid. But people are using it more and more. I hear it all the time in the subway, and it's annoying and it's weird. And they enunciate weird. They're like, I am about to be home. I am at the Diversey stop.
So you talk like a robot.
Yeah.
You talk like a robot, so
bad,
that the
right?
robot types it out for you. Then, as opposed to just calling somebody. Like if my wife were to call me and be like, hey, I'm going to be home in 10 minutes. As opposed to text me, hey, I'll be home in 10 minutes. This conversation will be 1 second long, and it's not going to be like garbled gibberish.
Yeah. Gargamel.
So, this is not as hot of a take, but my mouth is not as hot either.
Yeah. The hotter the mouth, the hotter the take.
I totally agree. Moving on to a new segment. The Odyssey is a trash publication that makes no sense whatsoever, where anybody can say anything regardless of whether or not it's totally moronic or totally fucking moronic. So, we found a great one, as you could probably guess, based on the series of goings on last week. This is about our good friend Donnie T.
So, this is written by Brooke at the University of Nevada, Reno. Anyway, so, here we go. On the night of November 8th, 2016, I felt as if I was in a different world. This is the day of the election day.
This is a poem also.
I saw cheers of first it starts with an introduction. I saw cheers of uncertainty, but also saw tears of I saw cheers of certainty, but also saw tears of uncertainty. I felt numb by the reality of the moment we were in, win or lose. I felt at a loss for the days to come, or for the words to speak. Everyone was watching each other, waiting for something to happen. We were all still in this moment. We were all feeling something that night. The following day, I went to my theater class. We came together and sang, moved, and voiced our certainties and uncertainties. We moved throughout the space to express our love, our life, and human condition. I needed this. I needed a safe space to create with my artists. There's an ad there, and then it says, my professor asked us to finish the sentence. My America is. To me, my America is this. So, to her, she went and created an Odyssey article out of a very arbitrary sentence request from her professor. My America is. My America is scared. It has brought fear to be dared. A tear in all our hearts. Oh, I didn't know this rhymed.
Oh, yeah, it definitely rhymes. That's why I chose it.
Filled with fears of being broken apart, we share insults from ridge to ridge on how to build the same bridge. My America is going to be the land of the free and the home of the brave. We will have the resilience and the determination to be a great nation. My brothers and sisters, my teachers, my artists, my friends, we will create a world of trends. Another ad. Filled of love and compassion in the greatest fashion. That is one line flanked between another ad. Muslims, Latinos, African Americans, Native Americans, Asian Americans, LGBTQ, disabled, can all be able to make this great. We have a voice filled with power and the greatness for desire, a desire for rights, love, and hope. We don't have to cope. How dare someone tell you to cope? Don't leave America, believe in America. I believe in you. We can make this right. Both equal for us too. Inform. Make this be the norm. Another ad. This one for troll beads. That we have a right to be free. A free plug. That we have a right to be free, despite those who disagree. Make them see what it means to be believe, and make that choice to be the voice of reason. Don't riot or burn the flag. Burn with passion. Burn with love. My America is under attack through the lack of knowledge and composure. You can't treat me like that, sir. Our gender and our race, we have a lot at stake. There cannot be any mistakes. Another ad. This one's for Dick's Sporting Goods.
So she rhymed steak with steaks.
Yes.
Okay.
This America is not worth these risks and fates of human beings. We all need to quit being inhumane. My America will be filled with love and understanding so we can stay standing. My America is your America, an equal one. We will strive for that. Let no one take you away from that. I wouldn't be okay with that. It wouldn't be okay. It has never been okay. Another ad. So yeah, that is...
So this poem is more based on the amount of ads in it than any sort of comprehensible rhyme.
Yes, this poem was... Basically, if you read between the lines, there are only ads. And she's basically trying to sell us shoes, troll beads, and something about Amazon Prime's new shitty show.
All of the world's greatest poems have had long introductions that explain exactly what the poem is about for the audience to then comprehend. So, 200 years when we're all dead and this enters the great American Pantheon, it's going to be very exciting.
Yes. This is like the Trojan horse poem of our generation for
the Trojan horse poem.
Yeah, it's shucking ads our way.
Do you mean like the Iliad?
I I'm gonna say Trojan horse.
Okay. I think we can all agree that was roundly terrible. Moving on to a next segment, it's called Sexy Spelling Bee.
Ooh, so sexy.
So, Mike, the first word you have to spell is copulate.
Copulate?
Copulate.
Easy. Okay. Copulate, copulate. And what it means is to orgasm?
To have,
penis.
yeah, it's generally how sex works.
Really?
Well, it means to have sex.
I mean, it means to have sex. Okay.
So, to copulate, you would have to use the next word, which is genitalia.
Okay. All right. This one's a little harder, but I believe it starts with a G, goes to an E, N, I, T, A-L-I-A. Genitalia.
Great job, Mike. 2 for 2.
Penis or the vagina, or whatever you identify your vagina or penis as.
Speaking of vaginas, their next word is fallopian.
Fallopian. Oh, I know this one. This one's easy. Fallopian tubes. This is in the vagina.
It is.
I think it's also in the penis.
No, there's no fallopian tubes in the penis.
Are you sure?
I am like 1,000%
It's how
sure.
semen travels from head to balls.
We'll look
I
this up,
think.
but I'm like 99% sure.
Quinn, can you look that up right away? I need to know this. Here we go. Fallopian. Fallopian tubes are in my penis.
Great. That was awesome. Speaking of something kind of near the fallopian tubes, sphincter.
Sphincter. I know this one because I used to call somebody sphincter. So I
Okay.
used to type it all day, in and out. Sphinky for short.
In and out the sphincter.
In and out of the sphincter. That's how I
Sphinky
live
for
my
short.
life.
Yeah.
S-P-H-I-N-C-T-E-R. That's sphincter.
That is. Mike, you're killing it.
I know.
How about Quinn?
Men do not have fallopian tubes.
Oh, that's...
I don't think anything carries anything from the head to the balls. I think it goes the other way. This is Yahoo Answers. Plenty of doctors on Yahoo Answers.
Last word is fornicate.
All right, fornicate. Here we go. F. F? Mm-hmm. Okay. Then here we go.
It's
Then
fornicate,
smooth
Mike.
sailing. I don't know. F-P-H.
Fu-
I don't know. F-O-R-N-I-C-A-T-E. Fornicate.
Yeah, Mike, 5 for 5.
I have an anatomy poster above my bed.
Yeah, not really
So,
surprised by that.
Of just the genitals.
Next segment is Fart That Tune, in which Mike will fart a tune at me, then, and Quinn, I guess. And Quinn and I will try to guess this tune.
Well, Quinn is stuck in the crossfire, so he has no choice but to be farted at. And this is coming out of my own cheeks, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, which ones?
It's for the audience to decide, but for you guys to know. Here we go. So, for my first tune.
You're gonna have to do that again.
Well, good.
I have literally no idea what
That
I can
is the
possibly be.
Frosted Flakes theme song.
Whoa! Okay,
Duh.
I don't even know what the Frosted Flakes is.
Frosted Flakes are.
Quinn, would you have
They're-
gotten that in like 1,000 years?
No.
What? Are you serious? All right. You guys need to start inputting the actual song after this. We'll do that in post.
Okay.
Because it sounds literally identical.
Yeah, sure.
So this next one. First of all, this is impossible.
Now, this one at least has like a semblance of tune, but I still have no fucking idea what this is.
This is Cruella de Vil.
I don't
The
know what
Selena
that song
Gomez
is
version.
either. I thought we were doing like top 40. Not
We were on the
cartoon
topic
songs.
of Disney shit, so I thought this was going to be a softball. That's Cruella de Vil. Quinn, did you get that Cruella de Vil?
No,
Not at all?
No, not even
All right,
close.
well, this one is. All right, fine. Well, here we go. This was supposed to be my trump card, so good luck. Wait. Let me start over. Compose yourself, Mike. One shot. It's an Italian song.
Oh, I thought it was Amazing Grace.
I would
Italy
never
created
fart
a song.
Amazing Grace.
An Italian
We know
song?
he doesn't go to church here. Yes,
In that this is a
song.
Disney movie that takes place in Italy?
No.
I have no idea.
Let me run that back for you.
No, I don't want to hear it again.
It's Porti Volare.
I have never heard that song.
By,
entirely.
are you serious?
Have you heard this song?
Yes, you have. At the end of Step Brothers, remember? Will Ferrell's really good at singing it, and he sings it at the Catalina Wine Mixer.
How am I supposed to guess that? Like,
I thought we were so. This is a. I listen to it every day.
No, you don't.
Current top 40 song. Here we go. It's Closer by the Chainsmokers. This is harder than I thought it was going to be. My tongue doesn't have many octaves. I got to start doing this with my real ass.
You can tell it's-
Full tuxedo. I actually was doing this on the way to work today, and I rode a divvy bike to work today. So some people got a glimpse of me farting Porti Volare and also the Frosted Flakes jingle on the way to work.
You're a real
I
American
had to
hero.
practice. It sounded a lot better on the bike.
I can imagine. So we're moving on to a new segment. This one is called "Would You Do It for a 30 Rack?"
Okay. This is my
Mike
time
will
to
give me a
shine.
hypothetical situation, Quinn as well, and
We'll see.
will
if
we
you'll
do it for a 30 rack?
All right. Brendan, here we go.
Yes.
Let's just
Okay.
You catch Ted Cruz's eye from across the room at a Dunkin' Donuts truck stop.
Go on.
He beckons you into the restroom.
Go on.
You follow. He unzips his trench coat, lies down on the baby changer, and reveals that under his coat, he's only wearing a somewhat soggy diaper. You recoil in horror and make a move for the door. But that's when Ted Cruz pulls out a perfectly cold, glistening, icy pack of PBR from his diaper, which begs the question, would you change Ted Cruz's soggy diaper? Would you do it for a 30 rack?
I've done more for less, so I think
More
it'd
for
be
less?
hypocritical to say that.
I mean, more for less.
Man, I got some secrets.
This is lumpy, gross, moist Ted Cruz that we're
Well,
talking
I
about.
thought it was like moist because he peed in it, not because it was lumpy.
I mean, it's a little bit of both.
All right. I have very low standards, so yes.
Okay, he will do that for a 30 rack. Ding ding. Okay, next up. You get on the train to head home from work after a long day at the Black Sheep offices.
Long day.
Seeing as it was such a long day, there's nobody on the train except for one large, bald man with a sticky, slimy sheen to him. It is the dead of winter, but for some reason, this 400-pound man is wearing only boxer shorts and a stained wife beater. Instinctively, you head towards the direct opposite of the train, but something catches your eye. The man moves slightly to his right to reveal what appears to be a pristine, dew-laden case of PBR hidden right behind his left ham hock. You stop and make eye contact with the man, intrigued yet timorous. That's when he motions for you to take a seat on his lap. You have a 37-minute commute home and have to transfer trains twice, but somehow you were just intuitively aware that this overweight glob of human will be perfectly okay with accommodating you with a seat on his thighs on both the brown and the purple line. So I ask you, with your hand on the Bible, would you sit on the man's lap for the entire length of your commute home? Would you do it for a 30 rack?
Head on the Bible, probably not.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
You know,
You're not even touching anything this time. You're just sitting.
on a guy, that's touching them.
Hi.
Yeah. Well, that's like a 40-minute commitment, man. As opposed to like a diaper. I mean, I've never changed a diaper before, but I could presume I could do it in about 2 minutes.
Might be a 40-minute commitment.
So
too.
if I do it 2 minutes and a 30 rack's like $11, that's like a bunch of money. That's like $600 an hour. Whereas this is $11. This is like $15 an hour to sit on a sweaty fat guy.
But you're going in the same direction. You would have sat down at a seat and not had a 30
$150.
rack.
Anyway, go ahead.
You would have sat down on a seat adjacent to him or across the way.
Sure.
And been in the same direction, the same outcome at the 37-minute commute, at the end of the 37-minute commute. But in this option, this scenario, you sit on this man's lap and you emerge from that 37 commute with a PBR rack.
Yeah, but I still had to sit on a fat guy for a long time.
Yeah, but if anything, it's more comfortable than an L seat that's been pissed on.
Yes,
This guy's probably pissed on too, but at least he's comfy. He's fat.
I still don't think I'd do it.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Ted Cruz, yes. I mean, think about the story for Ted Cruz. I sat on a fat guy is not as good of a story as I changed Ted Cruz diaper.
That's true. That's true. Okay.
There's a lot of upside.
All
to the
right.
Ted Cruz one.
I think that's very fair. My last one here. You enter a small room. 3 wooden panel sides confine you to your immediate front, left, and right. The fourth by a mysterious curtain. You look down. There's a piece of paper and Sharpie marker in front of you. You squint to try and make out the writing in this dark room and are able to make out 4 square boxes on the paper. That's when you hear rustling behind you. A man's head emerges from beyond the curtain, and to your surprise, it's none other than wet fart turned human, Eric Trump. In a clumsy, feeble manner that suggests low testosterone, Eric pushes what appears to be a shimmering, frigid box of 30 delicious PBRs into the room from the bottom of the curtain. He mouths, "You know what to do," as he slowly vanishes back behind the curtain. You swerve back around. The date is November 8th, 2016. The boxes on the paper read Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, Gary Johnson, and whoever that other lady was. You pick up the pencil. Do you vote for a Donald Trump presidency? Do you do it for a 30 rack?
There's two things here. One, if it was a pencil, I would check that box. Then when I got the 30 rack, erase it and fill something else out.
Okay, gotcha.
Very
That's
sneaky
smart.
like that.
I
Yeah,
didn't think about that.
The other thing,
Get rid of those erasers.
probably not.
Why not?
I would feel like a dirty whore.
Yeah, but I mean, it's one vote. It doesn't matter.
But I still would have to, anytime somebody was like, who do you vote for? I would either lie, which stinks, or I would say I voted for Donald Trump, which also stinks.
Yeah, but then you got a pretty cool follow-up to the I voted for Donald Trump, but.
And then I really thought, okay, so honest, straight up, no. I really thought you were going to go somewhere with Eric Trump that was a little bit more erotic, especially given the common context of the first two. But I'm happy you didn't, in that, that would have been...
It would have been a direct no.
It even been a harder no, except for him, he would have had a softer no.
Oh my God. Okay, all right. Well, I mean, I would do it, but that's me, an unregistered voter.
Quinn, what would you have done in all three of these situations?
Yes and yes, baby.
The first one was
Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz's diaper. No,
Okay.
I don't want to see his probably always flaccid, like silly putty wiener. Second one, sit on a man's lap on the train. I would do that.
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
That's reasonable.
Plus, it was PBR, nice and cold.
Yes.
Painted a nice picture on that
Could you
one.
drink him on the train?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have
that's
license to
different.
use beers wherever you want.
Okay.
Last one, voting. I don't think I would. Principles,
Yeah.
I'm like Brendan. Me and Brendan have principles.
Uh-huh.
Ridiculous. I would do all three. And I would have 90 beers, 90 more beers than both of you guys would have.
That's true. But I could also just spend $30 and not have to do any of that.
But that's ridiculous.
That's true. That's a good point. So that brings our first podcast to a close. Thanks for listening. Check us out at theblacksheeponline.com. We'll host this podcast in a variety of places as well. If you want to submit something to your 15 minutes of fame, email us at podcast@theblacksheeponline.com.
Yes.
And guess what? If you do it now, you're probably going to get on.
Yeah, because no one else is doing it.
Yep. So thanks. Cue the outro music.